here to talk about one of my really good friends. You may know him from one of his many characters that he's played over the years in games. Lord Valentine, Alex Casey, Max Payne, Sam Lake, as seen in the game Alan Wake, played by Sam Lake. But I know him as Sammy, and he's one of the best storytellers that I've ever met in my life. I've never met a guy who just exudes passion for the art of storytelling. He's an amazing orator, he's an amazing writer, he's really a gadfly, a man about town. If you've ever had the pleasure of getting to know Sam or talking to him, you've probably been disarmed by that great smile that he has, that knowing wink that he gives you, that he makes you feel like the most important person in the room, his impeccable sense of style and fashion that just makes you look at yourself and say, what am I doing with my life and why can't I look this cool? But underneath it all, it's just a great guy who loves to tell stories. And with that, I'm so proud to be able to do this introduction for the 2024 GamesBeat Summit Visionary Award to my really good friend, Sammy Yarby. I had the pleasure of working with Sam and the entire team at Remedy on Alan Wake 2. And it was a real awesome moment for me because I remember back in 2013 watching that announcement that Sam did to the fans of Remedy, telling them that Alan Wake was going to lie dormant and that they weren't going to be working on it at that time. I remember being so taken aback by the clear passion that Sam had for the franchise. And I always wondered how great it would be to work with someone who cared that much about the story that they were trying to tell. And luckily, the universe works in interesting ways, and I was able to work with him years later, when he and a couple of members of Remedy came to Raleigh, North Carolina, where he pitched us his vision for Alan Wake 2. And it was 7 years of thoughts that had just been circulating in his head, and I was blown away by the presentation. He walked us through the story beats, he walked us through what he intended for the players to feel when they saw the game. And I really believed in his ability to achieve that, along with the technical prowess of all of the developers at Remedy. There was no doubt in my mind that this game was going to be successful. And it didn't hurt that he walked in with a Nick Cave t-shirt and a blazer. Literally the coolest guy in the room. You all know what I'm talking about. But I really believed in what he was saying. And I really believed that Alan Wake was going to be a special game. Because he really pushed the idea that he wanted to push the medium forward. Alan Wake 2 was going to be this amalgamation of live action, of state-of-the-art graphics, of layered storytelling. There was going to be this musical inside the game. There was going to be a photo exhibit. There was just writing. I mean, it was every medium that you could possibly imagine, all put together to advance the story of what Alan was going through in the Dark Place. And everyone has their own understanding of what the Dark Place actually means. And that's what a good storyteller does. They set the environment up, they give you the ideas, they give you the thoughts, but they give you just enough to make the story your own. And that's the mark of a true visionary. I'm so honored that Sam chose me to introduce him. I don't know how I got so lucky to work with such an amazing talent and with all the talented people at Remedy. I really hope that Sam understands the impact that he's had on the industry, and he knows that he's inspired an entire generation of storytellers who aren't going to be bound by the constraints of what gaming actually is supposed to be, and that you can make gaming whatever you want it to be. It can be a musical. It can be a collection of disjointed manuscripts. It can be a series of commercials for a coffee themed amusement park. I mean, who thinks of that? But Sam would say this before anybody else, that he is nothing without the team. And the team includes the fans as well. He wouldn't be inspired if it wasn't for all of the joy and the social media posts and the outreach of the fans that wanted Alan Wake to come back and want all of the Remedy stories to continue. The Remedy connected universe and how everything is interwoven and layered across all of these games, the Easter eggs, it's top notch. There's very few things in any medium that has this much depth that they put in. So with that, Thank you so much for GamesBeat, for allowing me to come in and introduce my good friend. And Sam, congratulations. I'll see you on the other side. We'll get some coffee.
Thank you, GamesBeat Summit, for this incredible honor. I feel very proud, I feel energized and eager to push on. I also feel my imposter syndrome flaring up. I kind of feel old. All of these things, I guess, at the same time. I want to thank everyone who, through these almost 30 years now, I've been fortunate to work with. People at Remedy and many others as well. It's one thing to have a vision you believe in, a story you want to tell, and ideas on how to create the experience. It's a whole different thing to have it be made concrete. Making video games is teamwork. It takes a large group of brilliant, talented people to take the vision, craft it into a game, and put their own spin to it. I'm here today receiving this award very much because of the people I've been privileged to collaborate with through these years. So thank you. I started out as a writer, and I see myself as a storyteller. I'm drawn to many different genres of stories and many different forms of storytelling. All these different mediums, forms of art, prose, poetry, song lyrics, 2D art, drawing, painting, comics, photography, live action film, and yes, musicals. I love stories in all of these mediums. I'm excited to work in any of them alone, but I love writing, directing, acting, working hands-on in all of them. Maybe that makes me a dabbler. But video games are special in the sense that they can include all these forms as part of them. We are all used to experiencing art in all these different forms in our world, and they work just as well as part of the virtual world of the game, building a whole world, universe even, out of these fragments. And what's more, the unique aspect of games being interactive, having the engaged player make choices on how to experience. It's been a long journey with these ideas, and I feel we really got somewhere with this in Alan Wake 2, but I also feel we can still go a lot further. I strongly feel passion is essential part of the creation process. You need to fiercely believe in the vision, and you need to be ambitious. Work on the edge of your abilities. I feel David Bowie said it well when he said that you need to go deep enough into the water so that your feet are not quite touching the bottom to be in a place to create something interesting. And David Lynch is right in saying that in order to catch the big fish, the big ideas, you need to dive deep. To have passion, I feel you need to create something of your own, something personal, something only you can do. You need to put yourself in it. Invent, experiment, be bold, push it. The good news is that as human beings, all of this comes naturally to us. You know, running into an obstacle is a good thing. Finding solutions forces you to be creative. And often these solutions are the best things, things that you would have never found without the obstacle. The bad news is that when the project is big and when there is a lot of money involved, people tend to get nervous. They want to minimize risks, make safe bets, and take away the interesting edges. In my opinion, this is a losing game. You need to stand out. The bolder ideas and the sharp edges are the treasure. If you go with the proven things, copy what was the big hit yesterday. You can only always be in the second place. A copy of a copy of a copy. And well, then you are doing what they say AI will be soon doing. Just copying what's already out there. And then I guess we're not needed at all. But that's not where the heart and the soul and beauty and emotion and deeper thought and art is. Thank you.